What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brent Watches Babylon 5 for the very first time. My name is Brent. I'm here watching Babylon 5 for the very first time, and here I'm watching Season 4, Episode 9, Atonement. All right, I'm going to stop that. Atonement. Let's hear, what did I say? I think last week my prediction was this one had to do with Marcus and him somehow atoning for sins of his past. I don't know. We'll find out. That just seems good to me. Yeah, listen, I'm excited to get into this one. I got a confession. I'm a little worried here about Season 4, starting to. The first 6 episodes were solid. Bang, 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 bang. That was 6, right? Those first 6 episodes, hyper serialized. The Vorlon Shadow War brought all that to a close. I think Jeff and I just assumed that this new side was this remaining bunch was also going to be hyper serialized, and I don't think it is. It is certainly working a lot slower, but I also think it's very much, we're gonna have to see the whole thing before any of it really makes sense. So I'm gonna kind of, I guess, lower my expectations. I'll say all of that to say I'm lowering my expectations for this episode and really for these episodes going forward, and just trying to allow each episode to exist on its own without having to put it in a big context of a story. So anyway, I'm going to jump into this. You guys like, subscribe, share this video if you like what we do. Comment down below. I promise I do my best to get to them. I can't always promise because there's so many of you guys out there these days, which is awesome. You guys rock. But I will try to get to them. And make sure you guys join us on Monday when Jeff and I get together. We'll talk about this in deep discussion for what we've got going on. All right, right now, let's get into this one. Atonement. Let's find out what's going on.
Mr. Allen, you are now the head of security. The rest of the command staff accepted Delenn's gift of these new uniforms. Do you not wish to fit in?
Oh, I never have before. Why should I start now? Besides, this stuff itches. What is this anyway?
You know, I don't think I ever equated the new uniforms, these black ones, to be the command staff uniforms as a gift from Delenn. Everybody else gets whatever the weird green one is that Zach was wearing prior to this episode. I think I'm just now realizing that.
Well, it doesn't sit right on my shoulders. Here, look.
It looks fine.
Oh, yeah. I should listen to Mimbari about fashion.
Uh-oh.
I mean, robes, hoods. I mean, no offense, but I've seen Vorlons with more fashion sense. Oh, she did that on purpose.
Of course she did.
I believe she did. I will deal with this. Stavos, bin filiental human. Unzel drug. Buvin grodlisik.
Yeah, and don't you forget it.
A bigger needle wouldn't actually hurt as much.
If I may observe.
The smaller ones really hurt.
Your problem with the new uniform is not the new uniform, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if I take his uniform, I'm admitting the chief's never coming back to his job.
And if Mr. Garibaldi does not take back his job?
He will. He will.
Delenn, are you ready to leave?
Have we ever seen this guy before?
I wish to request another day. I need to be with John for a little while, when we are not both distracted and occupied.
Will you tell him you're leaving?
Yes, but not why.
That is, of course, your decision. But were I in your position, I would tell Sheridan the truth. He should know that if the dreaming does not go well, you will not be allowed to return to him.
All right, so this is in the Delenn episode. Okay. All right, so Delenn may not be allowed to marry Sheridan. Why could she not be allowed? Like, I never got that out of Mimbari culture that they... Actually, I guess I actually really have gotten that out of Mimbari culture, that they would be like, no, you're not allowed to marry someone else outside of our race. Despite what Delenn says, it seems like that. So, okay, an episode about Sheridan and Delenn maybe not being able to tie the knot. The dreaming. What is the dreaming? Let's find out. I'm going to jump into this.
What the?
Don't even...
She got her cane again. Okay. Either Ivanova and that Drazi were just going at it like,
it's me.
Yeah, or like, woohoo! I'm not sure which.
I was just on my way to Delenn.
Ooh, Delenn's wanting to go at it too.
Where did you say you were going? Our first night together was on the White Star. Our second in your quarters before you left was a Khadum. If you're going to be complete, you owe me a third night.
Tonight? That's going to be a bad time. I've got late meetings.
I can wait.
Something is up, isn't it?
Going back to Minbar Tomorrow. I'll be there for some time.
Anything serious? If I can help,
No, just some old business I must attend to. But it may take me away from here for some time. It matters to me a great deal that we finish this job.
I'll be here at 7 for dinner. I'll see you then.
Delenn's real serious. She may not be coming back, at least as far as she thinks.
We must determine if it is the calling of your heart or something else.
What else could there be?
That is what we must discover. We have gathered the leaders of your clan to hear your case. You will tell us why you should be allowed to continue on the path you have chosen.
It's a lot of leaders for the clan.
If we decide to end your relationship with the human, you must give us your word that you will honor our decision.
I will abide by the decision of my clan.
She's the dude.
We are not trying to be cruel.
The dude will abide.
We want to help you understand yourself, why you have done this, and if it is truly the right thing for you and for our world.
If I say I love him, is that not enough?
No. You must convince us on other grounds.
But what other grounds could there be? If you set the rules, and you have already decided that this is wrong, what hope do I have of convincing you?
That is what you must discover. You may find you have reasons for what you are doing that you do not even realize. You may even find that they are the wrong reasons. It will be difficult, but what you have asked us to accept is equally difficult. You will begin by purifying your thoughts.
It's a great question by Delenn. If you've already made up your mind and your mind is that I'm wrong, then what hope do I have? Basically, he's telling her you don't. It's a really far long shot, which that may be true, but he absolutely, that was a note I just made. He sounds like he's already made up his mind and she's the one who's in the wrong, not him, rather than actually coming to give her a fair shake at seeing what's going on. So I'm guessing by the end, Delenn's going to find something out, probably in the last moment, that's gonna fix it, but you know, let's see what happens. I see the triangle thing with the bells. I also feel like they're adding that in post in the video thing. 100% chance Bill Mummy did not actually drink anything there. That did not look like a real drink at all. Sorry, Bill.
You have entered the dreaming before.
It was before I joined the Grey Council. I was protector and guide for another.
Who?
Duhkat.
Really?
Who was the greatest of us.
I didn't think she actually knew.
I was an acolyte. I was inexperienced.
Walk with me in the dreaming, Delenn.
How does she get to accompany him through this process and not even know him? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, this is where he dies. She was there when he died? Oh, wow.
You can predict the actions of those who are familiar to you. The one you cannot predict is the one who can harm you.
And what do you say?
If we do not know these humans, then they're a mystery to us. If the universe puts a mystery in front of us as a gift, politeness requires that we at least try to solve it.
Aha! You're curious. You'd like to know. To simply understand. Simple curiosity. Well, you're so jaded, so superior, so smug in your complacency that you have lost the simplest of joys. That of the child in the closed box. Leave me. Continue your meditations. We'll discuss this again tomorrow.
All right, I just want to talk about the impracticality of the Great Council all coming in, standing in these pools of light, wearing these shrouds and hoods as if nobody knows who they are. They obviously all know who each other are. They stand there like they're freaking Death Eaters surrounding Voldemort. That's what that really reminds me of. Here's Duhkat being the one walking around, actually no robe, no hood, just doing his own thing, but the Great Council isn't really counseling. Like, what good are they really? Like, it's just weird. I get it. They're extras. They're not trying to pay the extras, all that sort of stuff. Make it mysterious and alien-y, but, you know, it just doesn't seem very practical.
I am become gray. I stand between the darkness.
Oh, it glowed. Glued?
Light.
Glowed. How did she turn it on? Is that the one that she used to change herself?
Candle
Grey Council. You should know I did not choose you by accident. There was a purpose in my selection. Your heritage. That's strange. Come.
What about it?
What is
What
it?
about her heritage?
We detected these alien ships approaching our space.
There.
Soul hunters.
Soul hunters!
Hunters come only where there's great death. Somebody help me! Help me!
We need to strike back, but the council is divided. Do we follow them back to their base and take revenge, or do we wait? Try to find out what happened. Yours is the deciding vote, Delenn.
It was the best of us.
They deserve no mercy. Strike them down! Follow them to the base and kill them, all of them! All of them!
So here's the atonement. That's the atonement right there. Delenn is the one who I may not be responsible for, but she cast the deciding vote in emotion and grief to go to a 10-year war that almost obliterated the humans.
Moment of rage. I have spent the last 10 years of my life trying to make up for it.
And that is why you have agreed to become one with Sheridan. You're still grieving for your actions, still guilty over the death of so many humans, trying to atone for your mistake.
You cannot believe that. Not after we've been through so much. You've seen.
Yes, I have. And no, I do not believe it. But we cannot lie about the dreaming. And when we tell them what the dreaming has shown us, this is what they will say. And that is what they will believe.
But why would the dreaming show me this, of all things? Why this?
The dreaming is finished. You must rest now.
That's
In the
it?
morning, you will tell us what you have seen. Then we will render our decision.
It doesn't feel finished at all to me, like at all. There's still so much more there.
I cannot have an aide who will not look up. You have a proud heritage, Delenn of Mir, prouder than you know.
Somebody help me! Help me!
Oh, he was talking to her. Oh, he was talking to her. I would not have known that if the subtitles hadn't been on screen, guys.
Delenn.
Is she going back in? Here we go. Let's go. Let's get it. Take a drink. Drink it all. Of nothing that's in there.
Delenn, what are you doing?
Going back.
This cannot be allowed. The dreaming is over. We must now wait until morning.
No, we are going back, and you are going with us. Do you want to see? Do you want to know the truth? Then come and see. Touch and feel what I have seen.
That was easy.
There's nothing to fear in the dreaming. Only that which we bring with us. Walk with me.
Yeah, see,
the dreaming.
she's all right. So for whatever, like something has happened with her where she has now like gained the strength of Duhkat, and so now she's repeating all the stuff that he said.
Listen. Listen.
There was a purpose in my selection. Your heritage. You are a child of Valen.
Did you hear?
So she's like a great whatever granddaughter of Sinclair.
Delenn, I beg of you, if others knew of this, it would cause great confusion. It must remain secret for the good of everyone.
You demand it. I show you a reason. I have done so.
Wait! There is another way. It was our tradition long ago, when we still warred amongst ourselves. After the war was over, each side would give one of its own to the other in marriage. The victorious side gave a female of its clan to the one that lost, that suffered the most deaths, as a symbol of life and hope. I can explain this to our people as a similar offering to the humans who died during our war.
He's already thought this before this moment.
To pledge yourself.
He's had this in his back pocket. Why didn't he offer this at the beginning?
It is a great sacrifice, I imagine.
I kind of want her not to. I don't want Delenn to agree to that. I want Delenn to tell everybody and let all of Minbar know exactly what's up.
Well, is everything all right back home? Did you take care of whatever it was you were going to deal with there?
Yes. Everything's fine now.
Franklin and Marcus are still en route to Mars. Been about a week.
Have you heard from them recently?
Not in about 3 days. We figured they'd be out of touch, though. You know, knowing those two guys, they're probably stopping off to see the sights. Turn it into a real vacation.
Is this really the best ship you could find?
Yes.
Smells like the inside of a Martian pleasure dome on Sunday morning.
Ugh.
Wouldn't know about that.
But don't make me come over there and take that thing from you.
Helps me relax.
Marcus, this is the kind of conversation that can only end in a gunshot.
Would you like me to sing instead?
No.
You haven't heard me.
Marcus, please.
I am the very model of a modern Major General. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the facts historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I am very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations.
That is something else.
I am the very...
All right, so that's an episode. Learned a lot about Delenn and her history and things that I didn't know. I didn't know she was that close to Duhkat. I didn't know that she was his personal assistant. I think the biggest thing is we understood now why Delenn knew the Triliminary would work. She didn't though, did she? All she knew was that the Triliminary glowed when she got close to it. And she didn't know why until that moment that Duhkat had chosen her. You know, I think the biggest mystery out of this whole thing is what happened to Sinclair. They said his death remains a mystery and his body is never found. Are we going to get more Sinclair? Is Sinclair still out there somewhere? Is he bouncing around? Should be interesting. Listen, guys, there's a lot of questions. I liked this episode. I don't know what's going to come out of this episode, but this was a fine episode, fun episode. Doesn't feel like it's in a hyper serialized form, kind of back to an episodic piece. So I like this one. It was good. Lots of information dump kind of stuff done in a good way. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Hey, for more thoughts, full thoughts, join me and Jeff on Monday when we dive into all things having to do with this episode, Atonement, and catch all of his thoughts plus all of my thoughts. And like I said, you guys like, subscribe, do all that stuff that YouTube tells you to do, share all those sorts of things. And until next time, guys, see you later.